Hello students, welcome once again. Today I am going to start chapter 11, Renewable and Non-Renewable Energy Resources. So students, first we should know what is resources. A resource is something that can be used to satisfy human wants. For example, air, water, minerals and forests are different kinds of resources. A supply of something that a country, an organization or a person has and can use especially to increase their wealth is a resource. There are two types of resource: renewable energy resources and second is non-renewable energy resources. So what is examples of renewable energy resources? There is a wind power, solar power, tidal power, hydroelectricity and geothermal power. These examples are the example of a renewable energy resources. And non-renewable energy resources is coal, petroleum and natural gases. These are the non-renewable energy resources. So first we will learn about the renewable energy resources. Renewable energy resources are energy resources that can be regenerated after use in a relatively short span of time, such as solar energy, wind energy, geothermal energy and tidal energy. And non-renewable energy resources are the ones that takes millions of years to regenerate and do not reappear during the lifespan of human beings. For example, coal, petroleum and natural gas. So, student, renewable resources is generated, used in a relatively short period of time. But non-renewable energy resources takes us so many years to generate. Renewable energy resources whose supplies are unlimited are also known as inexhaustible resources. Wind power, solar power, tidal power, hydroelectricity and geothermal energy, which belong to this category, can be renewed easily. They do not deplete fast and can be expected to last forever. It is important to develop this type of energy as they do not cause any pollution. Renewable energy resources do not cause any type of pollution, so we should develop this type of energy. First renewable resource is solar energy. What is solar energy? Energy which we receive from the sun is called the solar energy. So student, first you should know that what is energy. Energy can be defined as the capacity to do work. So this is energy, and solar energy is the energy which we receive from the sun. It is readily available in nature in unlimited quantities. Solar energy is used to generate electricity. Solar cells or photovoltaic panels are used for it. These panels are made from very thin semiconducting materials which, when exposed to sunlight, use the heat and light of the sun to shake the electrons loose and create an electric current. Solar cells are used for lighting street lamps, in electronic calculators, watches, smartphones, cameras, traffic signals, water pumps and home lighting. Solar energy is also used to heat ovens, cook food and heat water. And next renewable energy resources is hydroelectricity. The word hydro means water and hydroelectricity is the energy obtained using water. So hydro means water and hydroelectricity means energy which is produced from the water is called the hydroelectricity. It is produced when water falls from a height under the force of gravity. The falling water is used to turn the wheels of a large turbine that generates electricity. Hydroelectricity has great potential and is a reliable source of energy in the future, since coal and petroleum reserves are depleting fast. It also has advantages over other sources as it does not cause pollution. India has tremendous potential for producing this form of energy as it has a large number of rivers in all parts of the country. Cheap source of electricity is a major requirement for industrialization. About 1/4 of the total world demand for electricity is met by hydroelectricity energy. And third renewable energy resources is tidal energy. So what is tidal energy? Tidal energy is an inexhaustible source of energy. It is energy generated from ocean tides. High tides in coastal area are used to generate power. Tidal energy is generated free of cost. India's geographical location with ocean and seas on 3 sides and a big coastline is definitely a big advantage to this regard, and the country can benefit from this free gift of nature. So in India, because India is a peninsular, so India has a great advantage to create a tidal energy. And next renewable energy resources is geothermal energy. Geothermal energy is the energy generated by harnessing the heat in the interiors of the earth. The earth has very hot materials below the crust. They heat up groundwater to produce hot water and steam. This hot water and steam gush up in many places as springs and geysers, which may be used to run turbines to generate electricity. And next is wind energy. Wind, like the sun, is nature's gifts to us. Just like a sun, wind is also a gift of nature for us. It is free and widely available. And wind is used to produce electricity, which people the world over greatly depend on. When the wind blows, it turns the 3 large blades of the windmills, which are attached to a turbine. The turbine, which is connected to a generator, convert the energy of the wind into electrical energy. Second is non-renewable energy resources and is also known as exhaustible resources. Non-renewable energy resources are also known as exhaustible resources as their supplies are limited. Fossil fuels such as coal, petroleum and natural gas, which belongs to this category, will get depleted fast if they are not used with caution. They cannot be renewed or replenished. They also cause pollution. Nuclear energy obtained from uranium deposits is also a non-renewable resource because uranium deposits in the world are limited. First non-renewable energy resource is coal. Coal is a hard black mineral that is found below the earth's surface and is burnt to produce heat. As you all know that when we burn the coal, it generates the heat. Coal formation began when plant matter was buried under layers of sediments millions of years ago. Over a period of time and more than 650 million years, due to intense pressure of the overlying sediment and heat, the buried vegetation gradually metamorphosed into coal. Depending on the carbon content, there are 4 types of coal. First is anthracite. Anthracite is the best quality coal since it has almost 90% carbon. And second is bituminous. Bituminous coal is the second best coal with 65 to 70% carbon. And third type of coal is lignite. Lignite is a poor quality coal with a carbon content of around 60%. And last is peat, has very little carbon, is not fully formed and gives little heat and a lot of smoke on burning. So these types of coal are depending the quantity of carbon. So best quality coal is anthracite, second is bituminous, and next is lignite, and the last and the very low quality coal is peat. Major producers of coal: China, USA, India, Australia and Russia. These are the major producers of coal. These countries also have large reserves. India's main reserves of coal lie in the Damodar Valley or the Chota Nagpur Plateau of Jharkhand. Some of the major mines are located at Jharia, Raniganj and Bokaro. Neyveli in Tamil Nadu is rich in lignite. Next non-renewable energy resource is petroleum. Petroleum is the most important fuel in the world. It is also known as crude oil. It was formed millions of years ago due to the compaction of the remains of dead plants and animals. Petroleum is refined to produce diesel, petrol and kerosene. The main oil producing areas are the Gulf countries. Which are the Gulf countries? Including Saudi Arabia, Iran, Iraq, USA, Venezuela, Algeria and Russia. These countries are the main oil producing countries of the petroleum. Next is non-renewable energy resources, natural gas. This resource is generally associated with the petroleum belt. Gas is transported over great distance by pipeline. Its byproducts are used in the agriculture and industrial sectors. And its main region, India has a large reserves of natural gas, and Gujarat, Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh and Tamil Nadu, these states are the main reserves of natural gas. And the next is nuclear power. Nuclear power is also known as atomic energy. The disintegration of radioactive elements such as uranium and thorium releases nuclear power. Nuclear power is the energy obtained either through fusion or fission. The process of splitting of atoms to obtain nuclear energy is called fission, and the process of combining two atoms to produce nuclear energy is called fusion. So when two atoms splitting, then which nuclear energy is formed is called a fission, and the process of combining two atoms to produce nuclear energy is called a fusion. USA and European countries are the biggest producer of nuclear energy. Now, difference between conventional energy resources and non-conventional energy resources. Conventional energy resources mostly unrenewable except for hydroelectricity, and non-conventional energy resources are renewable source of energy. Example for conventional energy is coal, petroleum and natural gas. These are the examples of conventional energy resources. And wind energy, geothermal energy, solar energy and tidal energy are the examples of conventional energy resources. Conventional energy resources is traditional power resources, and non-conventional energy resources becoming increasingly popular in recent times. Conventional energy resources are polluting resources and non-conventional energy resources are non-polluting resources. Next topic is hydroelectric projects in India. One of the most important ways in which electricity is generated in India is through the numerous hydroelectric projects that have been built over the last 70 years since the time of independence. India ranks fourth after China, the USA and Russia in terms of the number of dams. The country has more than 4,800 completed large dams and many more are being built. Some of the important dams in India are Bhakra Nangal Dam. It is built on the river Satluj in Himachal Pradesh and is the largest dam in India. Bhakra Nangal Dam is the largest dam in India and it is built on the Satluj River in Himachal Pradesh. Second is Damodar Valley project. It is built on the river Damodar. It includes a number of dams that provide water for irrigation to West Bengal. Third is Farakka Barrage. It is built on the river Ganga in West Bengal. It supplies water to West Bengal and Bangladesh. Fourth is Sardar Sarovar Dam. Sardar Sarovar Dam is built on the Narmada River. It provides water to the dry areas of Gujarat and Rajasthan. And fifth is Hirakund Dam. It is built on the river Mahanadi in Odisha and is the longest dam in India. Hirakund Dam is the longest dam in India. So student, don't be confused. Hirakund Dam is the longest dam in India and Bhakra Nangal Dam is the largest dam in India. Next is Nagarjun Sagar Dam. The Nagarjun Sagar Dam on the Krishna River is located on the border between Telangana and Andhra Pradesh. So these are the some important dams in India. Conservation of energy and power resources. Conservation of energy is important, especially the conservation of conventional energy resources that may get exhausted in this century itself. With growing demands due to increasing population, we are overusing and wasting them. It is important that we soon find ways to use non-conventional sources of power as there is no danger of them being exhausted in our lifetime. In our daily life, we need to conserve energy by remembering the 3 R's and practicing reuse, recycle and reduce. We can save a lot of resources, utilize them judicially and conserve them for future generation. It should be realized that if all life supporting resources are indiscriminately used, then our very existence on earth would be danger. Carpooling, turning off lights and fans when not required, cycling and using public transport are effective ways of saving energy. Alternative sources of energy such as the sun, wind and water must be extensively used. So students, this all for today. Do revise and learn it. Thank you.